30 minutes or less, then Touchback.
Now, the third movie using West Michigan as their setting for their story is in production, and our movie guy, Aaron Lafferty, is here to talk about Playback.
Yes.
Not Touchback, Playback.
Intriguing.
Intriguing, yeah. This one's a little different. We've had, 3 different kinds of movies. You got a comedy, you got kind of a football-themed drama, and now we've got a supernatural thriller.
I'm scared.
So this may or may not be up everybody's alley, but kind of got a young cast of people here. The movie is it's about a group of high school students,
Okay.
And they're digging into their town's storied, not so good past, and they uncover an evil. And this evil kind of lurks them, follows them, corrupts them.
Sounds interesting.
It kind of sounds like The Ring, sort of.
Right.
But more of a, they were looking for something, they found something they shouldn't have found. Right?
So I love those stories that are like things that could really happen.
Right.
Rachel loves this. This is your kind of movie.
Yeah, that it gets me afraid to go to bed at night. So how is the production going, Aaron?
They're going to be shooting out at Lowell High School today. They've been in town for a couple weeks, but they just started shooting earlier this week. The production company is out of New York, and they've been working with Randall Emmett, who did The Gun, who did Things Fall Apart, who did Caught in the Crossfire, and he kind of got them to come here, and I talked to them back in June about how he convinced them to bring the production here.
We look for locations all over the country, and we consider a lot of the factors that would benefit the film and make our lives easiest to get the film produced through to completion. One of the big factors that's well known is the tax incentives. So clearly that's a very strong incentive. It's a motivator, and it's an effective program. It really works. That got us thinking about Michigan in the first place. We spoke to him about this film, and we spoke to a lot of other people as well, but there was an energy that came out of him when this subject came up. I mean, there was absolutely no doubt in his mind that we should be coming here to do the film in Grand Rapids.
In talking with other filmmakers that have come here is that the support of the local community and how the community kind of rallies behind the production. And as Randall says, it's kind of like an extended family of the production. And that was a real clincher for us, to be sort of welcomed with open arms and bring some jobs and some economy boost to the local folks, and to work with, from what Randall says and other folks we've talked to, a really rock-solid professional community.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Those great. We love to hear those words.
Exactly.
The feedback, and that'll continue to spread probably through Hollywood.
So they're all about using some local crew because they're a small independent production, so usually that means small budget, so using the local crew.
Perfect.
So,
That's wonderful. Okay, so we've got a long holiday weekend ahead, and the weather isn't going to be hot and steamy.
Right.
It may be a good weekend for some movies.
Yeah, it might be.
I think so.
It might be, but not necessarily family movies. All of this weekend's new movies, all 3 of them are rated R movies.
Really?
So it's more of an adult fare kind of weekend, which is weird for a Labor Day weekend.
Right.
Usually you get a family movie in there.
Okay.
So tell us about them.
We've got 3 movies. One's definitely an 8 West audience, one maybe, and one's probably
you're
not.
trying to stereotype us?
No,
He is
just
stereotyping.
you gotta know your audience. You gotta know your
I think
audience.
so. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so what is it, Aaron?
Let's start with the one that's probably definitely an 8 West audience movie. This is Drew Barrymore, Justin Long. Going the Distance. It's about a couple. They had kind of a summer fling, and then when it's time to go back to their jobs, she goes back to San Francisco, he stays in New York, and they decide to have a long-distance relationship.
Oh, okay.
So
I have a feeling you're calling this a chick flick.
no, I'm just calling it more of an 8 West audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Be very PC, Aaron.
We have a lot of guys who watch us too.
Sure, absolutely.
do,
That's why I'm saying it's more of a date movie. So if you're looking for a date movie, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, this would be the movie. I mean, probably a typical Drew Barrymore movie. Obviously, her and Justin Long are together now too. So whether that came from this production or not, I don't know.
Really? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, they're
show
together.
of people in relationships.
I guess I'm
That's what
behind
he's
on my
trying to
Star
say.
magazines.
Often the movies turn to relationships.
Okay, what else do you have for us?
Because of who's in the movie, George Clooney, The American, is about an American assassin who's working in Europe, and a job goes bad, and they start to track him, so he's got people following him, so he kind of becomes the target in this movie. There's a lot of twists and whatever in this movie. So because of George Clooney, this may be a good 8 West.
I love George Clooney.
And then the one that's probably a little more
Probably
guy-oriented.
not. Robert Rodriguez, Machete. This is
The name
kind of
says it all, really.
kind of a big cast in this one. Robert Rodriguez, of course, he did From Dusk Till Dawn. He did Predators. You've got
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba, Danny Trejo, Steven Seagal, Robert De Niro, Don Johnson, Jessica Alba.
Wow.
Cheech Marin is
yes.
in this one. Michelle Rodriguez. So there's kind of a big cast here.
Very much
but
so.
it's very Robert Rodriguez kind of a movie. So if you like his kind of movies, you'll probably like this one. If not, maybe not.
Fantastic, and you can read all about it and new DVDs that are available. Laugh at the Movies.
Absolutely.
We love it. Great blog.
Thanks, Sharon.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
That's West.